Well, I was glad to see a number of the priorities for British Columbia, the priorities from our budget reflected in the federal budget. Gender equality, they did mention housing, the opioid crisis, and reconciliation with First Nations. That was another piece that I saw reflected, so I was glad to see those pieces in the budget. But I think again, we'll want to see details on a number of those areas. Just to begin with housing, for example. I was really glad to see that the federal government has said that they are looking at a priority for rental housing. BC has put a major investment into affordable housing, in particular into building purpose-built rental housing. So I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic about an opportunity to partner with the federal government to bring those resources to British Columbia to match up, and most importantly, to do what we need to do for British Columbians, which is get the best bang for our buck, federal dollars, municipal dollars, our dollars in BC, and be able to build affordable rental housing. But long term, much of their housing plan back-end loads the money, so it comes a few years from now. Similarly with childcare, I certainly was pleased that we signed off our agreement around childcare. As you know, we put $1 billion into childcare, a major investment into helping women get back in the workforce, the gender issue that was raised with the federal budget as well. But it's a long-term plan, and long-term funds are going to be necessary in that particular area. The opioid crisis, I was glad to see the minister recognize that BC really has been at the forefront of both strategy and the crisis itself. So we'll be looking to see the resources that will be coming in that particular area. So it's another one to watch. And then the piece that I was surprised at, but pleased, was to see that the federal government's also going to move on beneficial ownership. They're going to start tracking the owners and requiring disclosure. That's a major step that we took in our budget, and so it certainly makes sense to have the federal government as well take care of that, because if people are looking at avoiding paying taxes, often they'll move to other provinces or other jurisdictions. So to have the federal government on board on that piece, I think is a very important step for us as well.